everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the top 7 places that harbor the most bacteria. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name's Carla, and on this channel, I share ideas on fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, then please subscribe down below. Okay guys, we're going to start with the word of the day. The word of the day is now. If you want to start a YouTube channel, do it now. If you want to start going to the gym, do it now. If you want to apply to that job that you don't think you'll get into, do it now. You need to do everything that you want to do now. Don't hold off. Don't procrastinate. Don't tell yourself, oh, I'm not qualified for that. It doesn't matter. Do it now. If you need to work on getting to where you need to be, if you need to go to school, take extra classes, do it now. Do what you want to do and what you need to do now. Stop procrastinating. Okay, so now that you've already done what you wanted to do, let's discuss the 7 places that harbor the most bacteria. The first location that harbors lots and lots of bacteria is your cell phone. So remember, we take these things in, we put them down on our tables like this, we leave them on a countertop in the store, we put these things down any and everywhere, and then we turn around and we do this right on our ears, we hold them however, and then we go to eat stuff. All of those things, those are bacteria that we are just putting everywhere in our mouths, on our ears. Not that we don't naturally have bacteria, but the bacteria that we're picking up on our phones are completely different. So what we need to do is wipe our phones down, whether it's with a Clorox wipe, a Lysol wipe, an alcohol wipe, whichever way or method you choose to use. Just make sure that you're wiping your phone down. I recommend doing this at least once a day because think about it. The amount of bacteria we're probably getting on our phones is insane. So like I said, just wipe your phone down once a day at least. The second item that harbors a lot of bacteria are water bottles, especially or definitely water bottles that are left out in a room temperature room or even just over time. You see this right here, all that condensation and moisture and all of that, that is harboring bacteria. And then we turn around, we open it up, and we just drink all of that stuff and we put that into our bodies. So my recommendation would be to drink your water. Don't let it sit out. I find that sometimes I do this, like I'll leave a bottle of water at my bed on the side table. I'll leave my bottle of water there and then I'll turn around and I'll drink from it. And sometimes I feel like I can feel it in my throat, like, and that actually is the sign. It basically tells me, and I realize like, oh my goodness, I'm drinking this water that has been sitting there. So like I said, drink all of your water or try not to let it sit there for 24 hours or more than 24 hours. If you notice that it's been sitting there, then throw it out. And don't do this. Don't do that because then now you don't see it, right? And you think it's perfectly fine when actually it's still in the water. Bacteria loves this kind of stuff, like all the wetness, the moisture, the warmth, all that stuff. Bacteria loves it. Now we're gonna move on to our kitchen. The next area that harbors a lot of bacteria is a coffee maker. And yes, I said kitchen, but I'm sure like at your workplace, they exist as well. But yes, it's your coffee maker. And for me specifically, it's a Keurig. I know at my job, we have a Keurig and I know people do not clean it. Like I know it does not get cleaned. I'll be honest with you, I don't clean my Keurig often. Like I would love to clean my Keurig every week, but sometimes I just don't get to it every week. And when I think about it, it's pretty gross. Like that's nasty because sometimes we leave that extra water in the container and it just sits there. So you've had the warmth, the heat of the water coming up and being boiled to make coffee, and then the heat from the actual machine keeps that water pretty room temperatured, and it's just sitting there. So think about all the bacteria that's in there. What I do to clean the Keurig, and I probably, like I said, should be doing it more often, I recommend cleaning it every week. But what I do is take 4 cups of vinegar, I put it in the container, let it sit there for 30 minutes, and then run it through the machine. After it's gone through the machine, you want to take 2 cycles. Well, I at least do 2 cycles. You could probably do 3 if you still have like that vinegary taste, but take 2 cycles of water and run that through the machine to just clean out all of that vinegar, and then you can use your machine again. If you're in the workplace, I recommend that you be the point person, or if not, select a point person that can clean your Keurig every single week. If you pay close attention, or if you even think about it, your Keurig machine in your workplace has probably not been cleaned at all. At all. Next, let's talk about that sponge you're using to wash out your dishes. That same sponge that you've probably just had sitting there that just cleaned off the salmonella from the chicken that you just cut up the other day, and then you go on to wipe down your countertops with it, and then you let it sit there after you've done it all in that moisture, collecting all kinds of other bacteria, and then once again you go and you wash down your dishes, and the cycle continues. My recommendation would be to change out your sponge every single week. I know it sounds like a lot, but the fact that we're using these bacteria and we're taking them and we're putting them in our bodies is just crazy. So yes, change out your sponge every single week. Let's just stay in the kitchen really quick and touch on another area that harbors a lot of bacteria, and that is your refrigerator handle. So are you that person that's probably just cutting up meat and then you grab really quick into the kitchen handle? Do you have your children that run around all outside playing with balls that's been who knows where out in the dirt, and then your children come inside and they grab the handle because they forgot to wash their hands, and then you go ahead and you go on a regular day just to maybe grab some cheese with that same handle, and you're eating that cheese, which I'm sorry if this video comes off very gross, but it really is what it is. Like, it's the actual truth. This is what we're dealing with. I'm not saying be a germaphobe. In no way, shape, or form in this video am I saying to be a germaphobe. My point and what I want you to take from this video is just to be mindful of a little bit of things. You know, it is flu season. Like, it's flu season. So think about all that stuff that can just be around the house. Let's just try to reduce a little bit the amount of bacteria that we're putting into our bodies. My recommendation when it comes to the refrigerator handles is to clean it down with a Lysol wipe or Clorox wipe. So our last 2 places that I wanted to share with you guys is no longer in the kitchen. We've now moved over to the bathroom, which, believe it or not, is not the dirtiest place in your home. It's actually the kitchen, guys. If you paid close attention to all the stuff that I mentioned, your kitchen is the dirtiest place in your home. But we're going to go to the bathroom. I personally don't struggle with this anymore because we've moved on to electric toothbrushes. But if you don't have an electric toothbrush and you use just a regular toothbrush, then your toothbrush holder is probably harboring a lot of bacteria. So just think about the water that's just sitting there after you've brushed your teeth, and then just the germs that we have in our mouth just sitting in your actual holder. Like, that's a lot of germs, guys, a lot of bacteria. My recommendation would be to take that toothbrush holder and just put it in your dishwasher. You can do this weekly. You don't need to do this like every single day or anything like that. Like I said, the point of this video is not to make you a germaphobe. It's just to be more aware and more cleanly when it comes to germs and bacteria. Last but not least, I want to mention one more place in your bathroom that contains a lot of germs, a lot of bacteria, and that is your bathroom countertops. What I'm going to be sharing pertains specifically if your toilet is close to your bathroom countertops. So think about when you flush your toilet and maybe all the fecal particles that could just go in the air and land on your countertops. I know this sounds gross and I'm sorry, but it just is what it is. Think about those particles that can land on your countertops. Like, that is, it's crazy. So my recommendation would be to wipe your countertops down every single day. And I would say to use a Clorox or a Lysol wipe as opposed to, spraying it down and wiping it down with a towel, because then that stays on your towel. And sometimes people don't think to wash their towels right after, which, like I said, sounds gross, but it happens, guys. These things happen. So take that Lysol or Clorox wipe your countertop down daily and just throw it in the trash. Another thing you may want to consider is changing out your bathroom towels every couple of days. If you're the only one living in your household, then it's really not that big of a problem, because it's just from you. Whatever bacteria is coming from that toilet is from you. However, if you start having visitors, if you have children, then you definitely want to consider changing out your bathroom towels, because then it's no longer your bacteria. It's everyone else's that's landing on your towel. You wash your hands and then you wipe your hands with the towel that, yeah, you get it by now. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up. I am sorry if it's very gross, if this video was gross, but like I said, it is what it is. All I wanted to do, and my purpose of this video, was just to educate and just have us be more aware of the things that we can be changing, the habits that we can be changing when it comes to bacteria and germs. Please remember to subscribe down below. Walk in peace and joy. Until next time.